By the 1981 season, the Montreal Canadiens were making big decisions. They let Serge Savard go. They let Yvan Lambert go. But this was in the waiver draft. But this player, they could have kept him, but he also lost him the 81 intra-league draft or the waiver draft. Craig Levie was a high prospect for the Montreal Canadiens. They scouted him well into his junior career. They drafted him. They put him in Nova Scotia for 2 seasons, but for some reason, he couldn't make the big team. It wasn't because he wasn't a talented player. It's kind of a head-scratcher. He eventually went on to play for Winnipeg, Minnesota, and St. Louis, put up some really, really strong numbers, and he was part of that big playoff run for the Stars in 1984. So today we're going to go over a little bit of the career of Craig Levie, and again, a head-scratcher why the Habs, not say gave up on him, but didn't want to try him out at least for 5 or 10 games with the big side. Now, 5'11", 190, 43rd overall by Montreal in the 79 draft. 79 draft was tremendous. Now, the Calgary native first came to major prominence playing with Pincher Creek of the AJHL in 77, 18 points in 27 games. Now, that year I also played for Calgary in the WCHL with 1 assist in 2 games. 78, he found himself in Flin Flon. Dynamite numbers, 89 points in 72 games, 25 goals, and what's important here, wasn't scared to take a penalty, 167 in penalty minutes, 5'11", 190. Next year's draft year, one of the best Edmonton Oil King results of that era, 92 points in 69 games, 29 goals, with 200 minutes and penalties. Now, he was an all-star second team with Edmonton in 79 and was on the Flin Flon team that relocated to Edmonton prior to 79 season. Now, a rodeo star as well. He took part in that sport as a teenager. Now, after 2 seasons in the AHL, now let's be completely honest. He put up 109 points over 2 years with the Voyageurs, 27 points in 1980, but the big campaign was 81 with 82 points in 80 games, including 20 goals. So you're saying to yourself, Montreal's going to give him a chance. Might be a number 6 or number 7 defenseman. It didn't work out. Now, he was an AHL Shore Award winner, top defenseman, Nova Scotia in 81, All-Star first team in that 81 campaign, and an assist leader for Nova Scotia in the 81 season. Now, he set the AHL single-season record since broken for points and assists by a defenseman in 81. His 82 points broke a record set by Eddie Bush. We all remember Eddie Bush, I think you do, some 3 decades before. Now, very involved with charity. He played on Winnipeg's off-season charity softball team with the Jets. He also became active in old-timer charity hockey after his retirement. Now, what happened? Montreal left Craig unprotected for the 1981 NHL Draft and was claimed by Winnipeg at the start of the 81 season on October 5th. Final NHL totals were Winnipeg, Minnesota, St. Louis, and Vancouver. Don't forget Vancouver here, ladies and gentlemen. Played 9 games. 22 goals, 53 assists for 75 points, 177 minutes and penalties. And in the playoffs with Minnesota and St. Louis, 5 points in 16 games. Now, he started his career quite strong. He debuted against Calgary on October 15, 81, some 2 weeks after being drafted, and assisted in his first game, which was played in his hometown. He was, again, number 1 selection in the 81 NHL Interleague waiver draft, and he scored a goal in his first game with St. Louis on October 11th, 84 against, of course, Calgary. Now, he was eventually left unprotected by St. Louis for the 85 NHL waiver draft, and was claimed by Calgary but never played for the parent team because the Flames needed him to clear waivers 2 days later in order to send him to the AHL affiliate, and it was instead claimed off waivers by Minnesota. Now, Minnesota, of all things, loaned him to Davos on July 8, 86, so the North Stars could have Ron Wilson for the entire 87 season. Wilson was still under contract to Davos at the time of the loan. He also signed with Vancouver as an unrestricted free agent on March 1st, 87, after completing the 86-87 regular season campaign in Switzerland. Now, played with a number of top squads. Of course, Nova Scotia, Tulsa, Sherbrooke, which was a Winnipeg affiliate, Salt Lake, Springfield of the AHL, Davos, Milan, the Milan Devils of Italy, and of course Fort Wayne Comets. Now, the travel took him every place. Now, the Milan Devils, he put up some dynamite numbers. 53 points in 1990, including 21 goals. In 91, 12 goals and 41 points in 91 games. And of course, that one game with Fort Wayne in 92. Now, with Davos, he had 12 points in short term with them. Springfield put up 28 points in 86, but he was all over the place. Again, AHL, NHL, CHL, Swiss A-League, then Italy, then the IHL to wrap up his career. So, again, the Eddie Shore Award in 81, again, best defenseman in the AHL, and even then Montreal couldn't make room for him. So, I mean, I knew we had Craig Ludwig coming up. I knew we had, but Langu was traded, England was traded. That's what we thought. As soon as these players were traded, I figured, hey, some players he could have kept Levie and Levie another year, protected him, but maybe, and he let Serge Savard go, so that's another freaky deaky, as we say. And Jeff Brubaker sometimes would play defense, so he let him go as well in that waiver draft. So that's the interesting story of Craig Levie, the big number 2 from Minnesota and Vancouver. If you like what we're doing here with a vintage Montreal Canadian podcast, let us know with a like, comment, or subscribe. I honestly believe that really hurt the production in his career, because when the Montreal Canadiens gave up on him, that's an awful blow, because Montreal was getting old. Lapointe was getting older. Robinson was getting older. Nyrop had retired. Langway was basically still that number 4 defenseman. It's kind of a head scratcher. Maybe because he wasn't francophone. I don't know. If anybody knows out there why Craig Levie was let go by Montreal for, and it cost a lot too. $50,000 it cost Winnipeg to pick him up. So it's the way it goes. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, thanks for listening, and keep your stick in the ice. Bye.